Oh, what's up there, brothers? This new set is getting spoiled, and honestly, I didn't know it was a space set. Why are we in space now? I don't know. Do I care? No. Do I like space and aliens and stuff? Sure I do. Listen, man, I just want new cards for these commander decks. I don't care if Luke Skywalker is on there, or the robot from Lost in Space, man. Let's get it on, brother. This deck is called World Shaper. Doesn't include the card World Shaper, which makes sense, I guess. I think in keeping with the space theme, I would have called it Terraformer, because it's a Lands Matters deck. Jund's Lands Matter, dude, which is interesting. Haven't seen one of these since Lord Windgrace in Commander 2018. Let's dive into this thing, but first, you gotta subscribe to the channel, brother. Listen to the sweet sound. That's the gong of subscription. It's a beautiful sound, and we got Patreon, we got YouTube memberships, we got a free Discord for the brotherhood of spotted hyenas out there to cavort and talk about the hobby we all love. Face commander of this precon is Hearth Hall, the World Seed. This guy's 1 black, red, and green for a legendary artifact. Spacecraft has Station. So Station is basically you tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on the spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 8+, has Station at 2+, has 1 untap, sacrifice a land, draw 2 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. So if you put this thing out there without any Station on there, it doesn't do anything, man. Station 8+ becomes a 6/7 with flying, vigilance, and haste. And whenever you sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. So this is an interesting card, man. It's a land sacrifice outlet that they built Lands Matter deck around. I like this. It's got a win condition right on it, and that's the theme of the deck, sacrificing and recurring lands. It's more dynamic than it looks. It can attack, then activate its ability because it's got vigilance. It's a fairly powerful card. And of course, we have an alternate commander here, and that's Zazarel, Genesis Shepherd, dude. It's got 2 consonant sounds right at the beginning of its name, so you don't know how to pronounce it. That's how they get you, brother. 2 black, red, and green for a legendary creature, Insect Druid. It's a 2/5, has flying. You may play lands from your graveyard. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent during your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Zarel's power on up to 1 other target creature. Looks like an alien from Buck Rogers, dude. The lands from graveyards effect is a very powerful effect, but if it's in the 99, you may want some redundancy there. This deck needs lots of land recursion. It should be noted that sacrifice payoff can get your creatures arbitrarily huge if you build around sacrificing and looping cards in and out with a reassembling skeleton combo or something like that. Alright, so we got our face commander. We're in a land sacrifice theme here. Let's take a look at some of the new cards, like this guy, Baloth Prime, 3 and a green. For a creature beast, it's a 10/10. This creature enters tapped with 6 stun counters on it. There's your downside right there. Whenever you sacrifice a land, create a tapped 4/4 green beast creature token. Untap this creature. Has 4, sacrifice a land, you gain 2 life. This is kind of neat. Those 6 counters, if you have your engine set up, will untap fairly quickly. Has that sack payoff, but no evasion really. It's interesting, but ultimately probably a card you may be cutting out of this deck. It's too slow, man. How about Eumidian Waste Walker? This guy is 2 black, creature, insect, cleric. Whenever this creature attacks, you and defending player each discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. You draw a card for each land card put into a graveyard this way. Has Encore for 6 black. I thought those big glowing yellow things were its eyes, dude, but that's what bugs do, man. They pretend to be other things. That's called the Mimic, brother. But it's pretty diesel in this deck. It's free land sacrifice if it attacks, and Encore is pretty brutal. Not bad at all. Now, how about this guy, the Vendo Brush Razor. I'm sorry. It's not bush, dude. It's not worried about your bush, raising your bush. Come on, brother. 2 and a red for a creature, Insect Warrior. It's a 2/2. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, exile the top card of your library. During your turn, as long as you've sacrificed a non-token permanent this turn, you may play cards exiled with this creature. So that's forever, I guess, man. Tap, sacrifice a land, add red. Another land sacrifice engine that has that impulse draw that lets you play more lands or cast what you exiled. It's a pretty cool card. Now, how about this card, the Horizon Explorer, 2 and a green for a creature, Insect Scout. It's a 2/4. Lands you control enter untapped. You got me right there, brother. Worth the cost of admission in this deck with 16 lands that enter tapped. Whenever other effects that put lands out tapped, man. Whenever you attack a player, create a lander token. It's an artifact with 2, tap, sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Man, that lander token's pretty sweet too. I hope to see more of those, maybe in the main set. Alright, then we got a sweet card here. The Scouring Swarm is 1 black and a green for a creature insect. It's a 1/1, has flying. Whenever you sacrifice a land, create a tap token that's a copy of this creature if 7 or more lands are in your graveyard. Otherwise, create a tapped 1/1 black insect creature token with flying. This is decent in this deck at first blush. Those things coming in tapped, I don't know, man. Why are they coming in tapped? It's a Scoot Swarm-like effect that plays nice with that land sacrifice effect we keep seeing here. I would have to play test this to see how good it is, but it is very slow. And we have a new land here, the Eumidian Hatchery. It's a land, has tap, pay 1 life, add black. Put a hatchling counter on this land. When this land is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, for each hatchling counter on it, create a 1/1 black insect creature token with flying. This comes in untapped. It's interesting. You are sacrificing lands, and this is going to get you some little annoying blockers, man. Better than a swift kick in the nuts, I will say that. And next up here we have the Planetary Annihilation. 3 red for a sorcery. Each player chooses 6 lands they control, then sacrifices the rest. Planetary Annihilation deals 6 damage to each creature. This is kind of neat in one of those Toralf burn decks where you're spreading damage around. In this deck, sacrificing lands en masse works really well with the face commander, and it wouldn't kill him. You need more play, multiple lands per turn type cards though. You know, you want to have lots of lands out there. The way the commander's ability works, you kill a land then play a land, so you're not ahead most of the time. I do like this card though. But wait a second, don't fall asleep yet, brother. We have another spacecraft. It's the Exploration Broodship. It's 1 green mana for an artifact spacecraft, has station 3+. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Station 8+, it's a 4/4 with flying. During each of your turns, you may cast a permanent spell from your graveyard by sacrificing a land in addition to paying its other costs. There we go, man. Dock 3 power worth of dudes on this. You can play extra lands per turn. Not bad. It's 1 mana. That graveyard recursion is always great in the long game, too. Alright, that's 10 new cards. What are some notable reprints here? You got the Aftermath Analyst. This card is emblematic of a strategy you want to duplicate with your adds and cuts. Has green, sacrifice this creature, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This basically nullifies all your lands being sacrificed. This effect, with landfall decks and playing extra lands, is where you should be aiming. Speaking of which here, World Soul's Rage, kind of an interesting take on this. X red and a green for a sorcery, deals X damage to any target. Put up to X land cards from your hand and or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. This card is like 35 cents, but it's a good deck for this. Pay 4 mana into this, you ramp up for your next turn, brother. Augur of Autumn. It's a great card. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You can play lands from the top of your library. It has Coven. As long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. This card is better than it looks, and this is definitely a creature-based deck. And of course, Braids is back here. Love this card to keep your hand full. And this deck is a great application for this card, man. Sack a land, pay off that, and draw 3 cards. Nobody's matching that energy. Nobody's sacrificing lands except for you, brother. You also have the Mayhem Devil out there, just a solid card. You are sacrificing lands each turn, so let the damage stack up. Now this is a big one. Oracle of Moldiah is in this deck. 3 and a green for a creature elf shaman. It's a 2/2. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands from the top of your library. Wow, dude. Pricey reprint at about $6 or so. Gorgeous art on this. And that extra lands effect lets you ramp out and get ahead, man. Soul of Windgrace is back. The beautiful muscly cat spirit lets you recycle lands, lets you discard those extra lands for value. It's a sweet little engine. And at 5 mana, we have a suite of creatures that are packing the power here. Korvold. Jesus, this design mistake is back, baby. Korvold is obviously huge and impactful, a must-kill removal magnet that needs to be answered. And we have Mazarek. Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This card is $5 for a reason. In a deck like this, it makes everything a threat and it flies. Perfect for this deck. Gitrog is back. You have something in the corner of your mouth there, buddy. It's a piece of spinach, I think. And of course, Gitrog has Death Touch at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice the Gitrog monster unless you sacrifice a land. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever one or more land cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. Pair this with the commander like red wine with pasta, you got a legendary meal there, brother. And our boy Morag gets a reprint $9 card here with Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. Great landfall effect, but we need more, baby. Weaponize all those flyers and tramplers. So how the heck are you going to upgrade this thing? Well, we have 3 pillars of effects we want to see. Landfall, playing extra lands per turn, and land recursion. I aim for $30 upgrades for these precons. Seems kind of arbitrary, but that's realistic, you know. Buy the deck on month 1, upgrade month 2, right? You can justify that to your wife. It's got that wife acceptance factor, also called the WAF. My additions came to about $30, $32, thereabouts. And first up on the landfall side, we have Ob Nixilis the Fallen. Has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may have target player lose 3 life. If you do, put 3 +1/+1 counters on Ob Nixilis. Newly reprinted and about $3. This can be a fantastic card in this deck, man. Let that damage stack up, brother. We also have Valakut Exploration. Has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Oh man, that's the whole game, brother. Avenger of Zendikar, Army in a Can. You should have lots of lands to make this a potent threat with multiple lands entering per turn. Classic commander monster. We also have Tireless Provisioner. Make those lands even more potent. And Lotus Cobra to keep your turn going. Get extra mana and spells and make those fetch lands into monster drops. Now, of course, we want to be playing extra lands because we have all this land movement around, dude. Seismic movements, brother, and I ain't talking bowel movements. We got Azusa. Where you at? Very pricey card, but justified in this deck. 2 extra lands per turn is nuts. We also have Loot, the Exuberant Explorer. It lets you play extra lands and use all that extra mana to get extra permanents. Great little card. We also have Mina and Den. This card is really good for 4 mana. Get back lands so you can play them again in a pinch. And as far as land recursion goes, Conduit of Worlds is about $3, 2 green for an artifact. You may play lands from your graveyard. Has tap, choose target non-land permanent in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. It's got to be a permanent, don't forget. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn, activate only as a sorcery. It's a weird little recursion. It's the last dish effect to get back a key card. Great little card for green decks, man. If somebody removes Korvold, dude, just tap this thing. Cast it again, brother. Slap a Ramanap in there, too. You want that Ramanap Excavator. Life from the Loam is a loam. Not the loan, dude. You're not getting life from a loan, brother. You're just getting a loan. It's classic. It's about $5. Return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Great card for 2 mana. Keep that engine going. You want a buff Naked Rock, man. I got you covered. Summon Titan. Chapter 2 is the sauce here. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Chapter 1 you mill a little bit, so you get some in there. All of a sudden, you're in the money, brother. You're a landlord. And finally here, straight out of Wakanda Forever, it's the real Black Panther, and he's not a soul dude. He's a flesh-filled cat. It's Lord Windgrace. This guy has 5 mana. It's all junded up, man. Planeswalker. +2, discard a card, then draw a card. If a land card is discarded this way, you draw an additional card. -3, return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. And -11, destroy up to 6 target non-land permanents, then create 6 2/2 green cat warrior creature tokens with Forest Walk. Starting loyalty is 5. This card is awesome, man. Special guest version, where you have the super muscly, super buff cat, dude, that I want to look at all day. It's only about $5. Overall, this deck is interesting. It's something you don't see very often. Land sacrifice, you got to really build into that, man. It's a fantastic deck, I think, for the money, dude. You get a lot of nice reprints in there. Korvold, Morag, Oracle, and Moldiah. You're getting your money's worth, man. Check it out. You can check out my upgrade. I'm going to link in the description, of course. I didn't touch the land base. The tap lands and sacrifice terramorphic expanse type effects are actually pretty good with landfall. Would it be better with $200 worth of fetch lands? Sure, but who's got that kind of loot? Not me, brother. Goldfish it. Fun little deck for you guys with a spaceship commander. It's a neat card, man. As always, thanks to the patrons, the YouTube members, over there you get early videos, you get ad-free videos, and you're getting all my love, brother. All my love. All 14, we'll save that for later. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.